I hope you had a good break. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing you guys. I hope I get to do that the next time somebody's coming through this too. So we're going to start chapter 6 today. And chapter 6 is really important for chapter 7, and chapter 7 is the hardest chapter, I think, for a while. Because it's stuff that is oh so brand new. Like, this stuff is almost brand new. But the stuff we're going to do in chapter 7 is, like, really brand new. Which makes it difficult. So you're going to have to be sure that you do things like make sure you get your homework done on time, make sure you're very fastidious about keeping up, because if you fall behind when it gets to that chapter, it's really going to hurt for you to try to catch up, because that chapter takes a lot of time. So the better you understand this chapter, the better off you're going to be when we get to that chapter. That's kind of how it goes. This chapter isn't hard. It's a little bit longer. I probably would have split it up into 2 different chapters, but it'll make a nice break when we get to the quiz. So that'll be good. Your grade should have been officially adjusted by now. So you should be able to see that, so you can see what your grade is. Keep in mind you need to write down the dates on at the top of your homework and at the top of your classwork, so that we know about that. I think that's about it. Your classwork and homework from now on is going to be a little bit longer than it used to be. I was trying to keep it at like 5 to 8 problems for classwork and homework. Now we're going to be stretching a little bit to closer to 8 to 10 problems for each. It does not mean you get longer to work on it. It just means you have to work smarter, have to be quicker, have to be more focused. I'm going to try to get your mom to let you do your homework at least in your bedroom, so it'll get you used to being up in your bedroom, because when you take your test in your bedroom, it's kind of important that you feel comfortable doing math there. So that'll actually help improve your test grades if you do your homework where you do your tests, not just in the room, but actually in the spot where you do your test. So if you normally take your test at the desk, I would suggest you do your homework at the desk. If you normally take your test sitting on the bed, then I'd suggest you do your homework sitting on the bed. Same thing goes for music. I don't have a problem with you listening to music while you take a test. Just make sure that it does not include, it's not like you get more time for it. So there's all that information. Part of the first part of chapter 6 is all talking about the law of exponents. I put this in this box. We're not going to do all of these today, but I need for you to go ahead and write them down. You can either put it on a post-it if you want, or you can stick it on an index card, but you're going to be reviewing back to it probably at least for the first 3 sections. And we're going to go over them kind of slowly, because it's going to take us 3 sections to do them all. But I wanted you to go ahead and write them all down in one spot now. Your book never refers to it as all one lumped thing, but it really is. So it's easier for you to go ahead and talk about it all as one lump thing. So go ahead and write down these laws of exponents, pause it, all that good stuff. I'll get out of the way. So today, we're only going to talk about one of these laws of exponents. All the other ones are going to wait. This is the one we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about it because we have to start talking about a monomial. A monomial is a term that has no variables in the denominator. One more time. A monomial is a term with no variables in the denominator. So there are no letters in the denominator. Now it's okay to have numbers down there. It's okay to have tons of letters. They could have like 15 letters if they wanted to in the monomial, but none of them can be in the denominator. So it could look like 3abc squared, over 4. Or it could look like 3 over 4 ABC squared. Doesn't matter how many letters it has, doesn't matter how many numbers it has, kind of sort of matters, but we're going to let that part go. Exponents don't matter. All that matters is that there cannot be a letter in the denominator. Other than that, it's going to be a monomial. What makes it a monomial is that it's just one term. It can't have any pluses or minuses. No plus or minus signs. So that's all you need to know about monomials. Now let's talk about this rule. If I were to have 2 squared times 2 cubed, 2 squared is really 2 times 2 times, because there's a times there. 2 cubed is really 2 times 2 times 2, which means altogether I have 5 2's, or 2 to the 5th. So up here, instead of writing it all out, we could have just said 2 plus 3 gives you 5. That's what this rule says. The A stands for any number. So, or anything. Anything raised to the m power times that same thing raised to the nth power is equal to that same thing raised to the m plus n. In other words, when you're multiplying like bases, that means they're the same. When you're multiplying like bases, you add your exponents. So when I had like bases here, I could just add my exponents. Some people like to write it out. We're trying to keep you from having to write it out because it's going to get long. When you got a little one like this, it makes sense. Notice I didn't write 32 anywhere. We don't care that it's 32 right now. We're just worried about the exponents. What if we have separate terms? Let's say I have something like 2x cubed, different problem, 2x cubed y squared times x to the 4th. Well, when I go to do this doesn't have anything over there to multiply it by, so I'm going to have my 2. I have an x here and an x there. So the exponent on my x here is a 3. The exponent on my x there is a 4. So 3 plus 4 gives me a total of 7 x's. And then I don't have a y here, so it's just those 2 y's. Can't forget anything. It's all still in there. Let's look at 2 other monomials. Let's say I have 2x cubed y squared times x to the 4th y to the 3rd. What if I had 2x cubed y squared times 6x to the 4th y to the 3rd? Because they all add something different in, so I need to make sure you understand how we deal with the adding in part. So here, I don't have any number there to multiply this by, so I still have my 2. I have 3 x's here and 4 x's there. That's a total of 7 x's. I have 2 y's here and 3 y's there. That's a total of 5 y's. Simple, quick, and easy. Here, I do have something with the 2. So just like you would have done ages ago, if I had said 2 times 6, you would have told me 12. Because 2 times 6 has been 12 for a long time now. And then I still have 3 x's here and 4 x's there. That's a total of 7 x's. 2 y's here and 3 y's there is a total of 5 y's. You might add your exponents, but you still multiply the big numbers. Now is when I would give you a couple of problems and you would try them, we would see how you would do, and then I give you classwork, and then I give you homework. Sort of what's going to happen, but not exactly. Because I've shown you all I need to show you. Now I'm going to give you classwork. For this section, it is on page 228. It is numbers 6 through 18 even. And I'm pretty sure that's out of the practice exercises. Then when you're done with those, make sure you get them checked. And then you'll be cleared to do your homework later on, which is also on page 228. Numbers 13, 15, 17, 39, and 41. So you'll be able to find it. And I will see you tomorrow. Well, you'll see me tomorrow.